The chapter we're studying is called Competition. Today we will read 3 interesting passages. They are all about how animals work for their food. Different animals eat different foods. Food chains. Orcas, also known as killer whales, are at the top of the food chain. Orcas eat sea lions eat fish, and fish eat seaweed. When drawing a food chain, the arrows point from an organism to the animal that eats it. Food chains are usually more detailed and complicated than the one we just looked at. The food chain in an ecosystem shapes the interactions between species. Animals higher on the food chain are predators and will kill many of the animals below them on the food chain. Animals usually avoid those who are higher than them. This is because they are often that animal's prey. An apex predator, such as a lion, is an animal at the top of the food chain that does not get eaten. So, an animal that eats another is called a predator. An animal that is being eaten by another is the prey. Apex predators, the animals that won't get eaten, are not always carnivores or eat meat. Some can be omnivores. Some animals are called scavengers. These animals only eat the meat from dead animals that they can find. Adaptation. Blending in with the ecosystem, or camouflage, is a common adaptation for fish. Can you find the fish in each picture? If an organism can't compete well enough to survive, it must adapt. Species today have adapted based on other species in their ecosystem. They have changed to minimize the competition and make it easier for them to survive. Adaptations can include eating different foods, changing from daytime to nighttime activity, or simply becoming a better competitor. Adapting makes it easier for organisms to compete. Organisms that are active during the night are called nocturnal. Ocean ecosystems. Different ecosystems occur at different depths of the sea. Take a look at the picture. Can you identify some of the organisms? The deep ocean is colder because there is less light. There is much more life near the surface. Example of ecosystem competition. Organisms compete in all ecosystems. An aquatic ecosystem is divided up into several ecosystems because resources can change a lot as depth increases. At a greater depth, there is less light, and it is also much colder. Less organisms can live here because there are not as many resources. Aquatic ecosystems located in different areas of the planet also have different resources, and therefore different organisms. Several fish make their own light in the deep ocean. Let's take a look at some examples. The ocean has many different ecosystems because it is so big. Because of the water temperature, fish that live near the equator are different than fish that you would find in the Arctic. No matter the ecosystem, all animals and organisms have to compete or adapt to survive.